Unexpected and interesting events often happen when an operator makes a mistake while handling a vehicle or heavy machinery, resulting in situations that are thrilling and tense to watch. Such incidents may be unavoidable and are frequently seen as highly dangerous. Take a look at this incident. A large truck carrying a heavy load is moving slowly, trying to continue forward, but when it reaches what appears to be a slight incline, the truck can no longer bear the weight. Despite the operator stepping on the gas pedal, the truck is unable to overcome the obstacle and is forced to reverse, causing all its cargo to fall out. Another unavoidable accident involves a logging truck. Here, the truck is carrying dozens of large logs. Although it initially travels smoothly, unfortunately, just after making a turn, the truck loses its balance and tips over. The logs scatter across the road, and several cars are seen stopping abruptly to avoid further accidents. Not all truck accidents are caused by driver negligence. In this case, on a seemingly smooth road without any obstacles, a large truck is moving forward while battling extreme weather conditions, specifically very strong winds. Several times the truck sways from side to side before finally tipping over in the middle of the highway. This type of accident is incredibly hard to avoid because it is difficult for anyone to predict the weather at all times.
Oh boy, here we go.
Next, we can observe one of the scariest aspects of a truck accident on the highway, a large truck crashing and exploding. Undoubtedly, anyone would agree that this is extremely terrifying and poses a significant threat to many people. Once again, extreme weather often becomes the cause for large vehicles to face daunting challenges, like this truck, which had to battle through heaps of snow, making the roads incredibly slippery. It's safe to say that when the weather turns bad, visibility also gets a bit unclear. Ultimately, this is what happens. These trucks can no longer bear the weight, veer off course, and fall from a cliff covered in ice. Fortunately, the truck driver had already escaped in time, so no lives were lost in this incident. This one is also caused by thick snow. Sometimes a vehicle's driver cannot accurately estimate the conditions when the weather is unfavorable. The difficulty in maintaining balance, coupled with the slick roads, is the primary reason for the accidents that occur here. The truck, losing control, slides downhill with alarming speed, creating a horrifying scene. A truck driver's error can be fatal. This time, a truck driver carrying a load was on a public road about to make a turn. However, due to poor calculation, the truck's cab and body could not turn properly, resulting in significant damage. Despite the driver's efforts, there was nothing that could be done. He failed to get the truck back on track. Once again, an unavoidable incident involving a truck occurred. It's highly likely that the truck driver didn't check the condition of the vehicle beforehand, which explains why smoke was visible coming from the truck. Initially, the smoke coming from the truck didn't seem too alarming, but gradually, the situation worsened. The truck eventually collapsed, releasing thick, dark smoke, which terrified everyone nearby. This time, something truly unexpected just happened. Indeed, there are moments when unpredictable events take place, like with this garbage truck. At first, the truck and its operator were going about their usual business, collecting trash to be loaded into the large container on top of the truck. However, out of nowhere, thick smoke started coming from one part of the truck, and immediately a fire broke out. The truck driver appeared shocked and wasted no time in quickly jumping out of the vehicle. At the beginning, this excavator seemed to be operating smoothly, but unfortunately, due to a lack of caution and poor judgment, the excavator lost its balance and fell. This startled the workers around it. A disaster had just unfolded before their eyes. There is nothing more disappointing than seeing something that has been painstakingly built collapse in an instant. A construction, which seemed to resemble a bridge, might not have been designed with proper calculations, resulting in the crane being unable to hold its weight and dropping everything to the ground. The workers shouted in frustration. Even though everyone was safe, they had to face the significant loss. In an open-pit mining area, an old excavator was still at work. Unfortunately, perhaps due to its age and lack of maintenance, the excavator could no longer hold up and ended up tipping over. A rescue attempt was being made by several people on this massive John Deere machine. However, it was too late, as the fire had already spread and consumed everything. What remains, of course, is only disappointment. The machine was not only incredibly powerful, but also purchased for an astonishing price. Another heavy piece of equipment that lost balance and caused quite a surprising incident is this giant bulldozer. Look at the bulldozer in the far corner. At first, it seemed fine, moving smoothly, but suddenly it lost control of its speed and plunged into the nearby river. Another unexpected event is shown here. On a highway filled with vehicles, a large truck suddenly became uncontrollable, causing everyone in the vicinity to panic. It can be said that this was a rather horrific accident. If people hadn't moved out of the way quickly, there likely would have been casualties. Once again, we witness a fatal mistake made by a large truck driver. On a public road, a large truck carrying lumber failed in its attempt to make a turn. In the end, an accident became unavoidable. The logs being transported by the truck scattered across the road. Some of the key skills required for a heavy equipment operator go beyond just technical ability or accuracy in handling the machinery. In fact, alertness and the capacity to make quick decisions are equally essential. This is exactly what occurred in this situation. An operator controlling a bulldozer in a dangerous area on top of a mountain had to quickly escape when the bulldozer he was operating slipped and fell. He nearly fell along with it, but fortunately, the bulldozer missed him. Here we can observe heavy machinery being used in a fairly large mining area. However, it seems the operator wasn't managing the equipment well. As a result, when the bulldozer tried to navigate over a high mound of rocks, it ended up overturning. The crane's failure in transporting this load was substantial. Initially, the crane was lifting a massive excavator for relocation. Unexpectedly, the rope used for lifting proved too weak to support the excavator's weight. Once the rope snapped, thick smoke billowed before the excavator finally crashed to the ground. A similar incident of operator error occurred in this case as well. While the crane was attempting to lift a gigantic bulldozer, everything seemed fine at first. However, due to a miscalculation, the crane was unable to bear the bulldozer's weight, leading to a surprising and unfortunate incident.